Do you think he'll be all right?
Well, yes. Only time will tell. But I can certainly think of worse places to spend one's childhood. The Moats of Water are a fine people, and they will take good care of him.
Up by the Vare, Ultima spoke to me. He called Leviathan his most profaned fragment, and told me to redeem the sins that had laid him low.
Is that so? The sins of Walius's ancestors were grave indeed. To force him to prime at so tender an age.
And to freeze him in time, that he might never know what it was to live.
Yet I doubt either of those crimes was the source of Ultima's displeasure. It was that the Eikon's power had been put to another purpose than the one he intended. To him, Leviathan must have seemed an aberration.
Could that be why Ultima made no attempt to lead me to him? The fear that this profaned fragment might corrupt his vessel somehow.
Perhaps. Or perhaps he simply deemed Leviathan surplus to requirements. Having concluded that his vessel might be made to serve his purposes without the full sum of his power.
His purposes? There's no escaping them. Even here. Hidden away in Mysidia, the blessing of the crystals proved nothing but a prison. A prison into which Walius was born, and from which freedom is hard won. If the world doesn't change, if we don't change it, he'll end up suffering the same fate as every dominant who came before him.
Then we must change it.
That we must.
And we shall.
An invitation. A sinister light bleeds from the Aetherite stone, beckoning Clive to enter. What new challenges await him within Ultima's virtual proving grounds? Explain that. And we've got 4 quests to do. Okay.
It is good to have him back. Yes?
Done. Will that do you? Better than you. Done.
My friend, I have news.
Hello, what up?
I think I might have found a way to break Talor's curse.
Go on.
Well, after listening to the village elders and scouring every likely-looking tome in the library...
Speaking of tomes. Small village situated in the center of Mysidia. The Moats of Water, who established the current settlement nearly a century ago, found their new home amongst the ruins of pre-existing stone architectures. The village has long been hidden from the outside world by a powerful glamour that Haven's residents maintain, with a network of stone carrions filled with crystal shards. Now, however, with the crystal short supply of the boats of their newly freed dominant, Walius must prepare for the day that glimmer fades.
I learned that not all Tombries are the same little green menaces we know and loathe. Apparently, a chosen few live to incredible ages and grow to many times the size of their counterparts.
Oh, the Tomberry Masters.
Folktales hold that it's the very eldest of these, the Tomberry Kings.
Oh shit, Tomberry Kings.
And that their magics bind their victims to them, that they might continue to feed on their pain.
So there is a Tomberry King.
So if we slay the one that cast the curse, the feeding will cease.
But that was my thinking, yes. Though I doubt it'll be easy. These kings are not just bigger, they're stronger too. And if the tales are true, their followers will defend them to the death. It is a perilous proposition, in short, but it may also be Talor's only hope. What say you?
I'll do it. Even if killing this king doesn't break the curse, Mysidia will be a safer place for its removal.
Thank you.
So then, where will I find it?
That, alas, I do not know. It must have woven the curse at the altar in Father's Fell, but as to where it is now...
Fanet, you were the one asking about Tonberries, right? Because there's a whole bloody army of them out on the cloak.
What? But why would they stray so far? And why now?
There's only one way to find out. I'll head up the mountain and see what's going on.
Right. Thank you. And please, be careful.
The Reign of Pain. Alrighty.
Hey, mister, over here.
What up, kid?
Please, mister, you've got to help us. The village is in danger, and if someone doesn't do something... you should have seen it.
Stop. Take a deep breath and tell me everything. Starting with your name.
Sorry, my name's Eirik. When you went up to the Erev was with Miss Shula, I followed you.
You could have been killed.
Lady Shula told us you lot were great warriors, so I thought I'd be alright if I stayed close like. But then I lost track of you in the woods, and that's when I saw it.
Saw what?
A great big, dripping, drooling monster. Spitting out great spouts of water it was, that were tearing up the ground and cutting down trees.
Spouts of water? I don't recall seeing anything like that in the forest.
Well, I did, and I don't ever want to see it again. You'll get rid of it, won't you?
All right. If this creature is as terrible as you claim, it could well pose a threat to the village. I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, mister. It was over by the Swift one that I saw it. Maybe it's still there.
Then that's where I'll start my search. But this time, you're going to stay here. Understood?
I wouldn't go through those gates for 1,000 gil. Not with that thing out there. Good luck, though.
Okay, that's 2 of them picked up. Let's grab the last 2.
I heard the tributary can fell an ibex.
Oh, one from her and one from Dahlia.
My lord, might I have a moment of your time? I would beg of you a service.
Certainly. What is it?
It's a long story. But before we get to that, would I be right in thinking Lady Shula told you about the witch from the north?
Yes. She said that your ancestors found her here, and that it was she who taught them the spell to stop time. She was like Walius, you know. A dominant. The Warden of Ice.
My great-grandmother suspected as much. She cared for the poor woman when the end was near. And it was she whose duty became to attend her grave. A duty that was passed down to me.
I see. And the service you would beg of me?
Well, until recently, the path to the grave had long been blocked by a fallen tree. But when our woodsmen finally found time to move it, we quickly realized it might have been better had they not. On trying to clear the rest of the path, you see, we discovered that a flock of bloodthirsty beasts had claimed the cliffs beyond. None of us was a match for them. But you, my lord, have proven your strength many times over. Would you drive them away for us?
Yeah, I could do that.
Of course. I'll see the path is made safe.
Thank you, my lord. The grave is in a place called Witch Drop. To reach it, one must turn left at the Winged Wains, then follow the path around to the right, deep into the forest.
Why so far from Haven?
It was where she lived. When our ancestors first came to Mysidia, they found her there, in an old abandoned village, and it was her heartfelt wish to return there in death. So when she passed away, my great-grandmother had a stone erected for her on the cliffs overlooking the place she once called home.
How thoughtful. Well then, no time like the present. Left at the ships, then round to the right, you said.
Just so. Thank you once again, my lord. I will join you at the grave anon.
Beyond the grave. Okay. Our Tom Bear's all the way over there. I think that's the first one I'm going to take care of. Hey, Shula, what's up, girl?
You wouldn't happen to have some time on your hands, would you, Clive? Only I was wondering if you might help me with something else.
Don't tell me. Another unruly dominant.
Not quite, but a dangerous foe nonetheless. It promises to be quite a hunt. Care to join me?
Ooh, I'll actually get Gil from this one.
Tell me about our quarry.
A fiendish, cold-blooded beast known as a Givra. Normally we leave such animals well alone, and for good reason. But I have an even better reason to want its tongue.
Its tongue?
If you'll permit me, tributary, I can explain.
Certainly, Yamila.
It's been over a week since me sister gave birth to her first child, yet she still isn't back on her feet.
Oh.
We've tried everything to restore her spirits. Physics and nostrums, the laying on of hands and of leeches, but all to no avail. The healers tell me there's only one hope left. A broth as potent as its ingredients are perilous to procure.
It isn't only Yamila's sister who stands to benefit from this, by the way. There's her baby to think of, and Walias too. She'd agreed to be his wet nurse, you see.
I'd be glad to help.
Thank you. Our hunters have no shortage of skill, but this task calls for more than that. And it won't be achieved through weight of numbers either. The Givra is as wary a foe as it is a deadly one. 2 hunters might catch it unawares, but any more than that, and it would pick up our scent a league away.
Then it is decided. The 2 of you will go, while Jill and I occupy ourselves here.
Well, I guess we'll do this one first.
Might help prepare the broth.
That would be most kind of you.
Come then, Clive. The river of time flows fast, and so must we. There's a Givra that has claimed the ruins at the foot of the mountain as its hunting ground. But as I say, they are wary creatures. We'll need suitable bait to draw it out. The flesh of a forest ibex should suffice.
To the forest, then.
Last licks. Yeah, might as well do this one first if it doesn't take too long.
There's nothing a Givra loves more than a fat haunch of ibex.
There speaks the voice of experience. Do you hunt often?
Since I was a girl, my father would take me. Then after he returned to the sea, Yamila's father. Our families have always been close. Even if her sister wasn't Walias's wet nurse, I couldn't stand by and watch her suffer.
Okay, where are we going here? Okay, well the good news is I can easily just fast travel to these 2 locations. Ah, maybe that's what that one thing is.
Further in. Things won't be friendly.
I think that's that one thing was... Yeah, I'll have a few things to cut out, so I don't know. Maybe this will be a 2-part. I'll definitely gotta cut this into 2 parts, but...
These will do nicely.
Enough.
Enough.
Return to the sea, and to the clouds rise again.
We have our bait then. What next?
Next, we pay a visit to the Dark Gate to pick some local weed. It'll help disguise our scent.
The Dark Gate.
There should be a sprig or two of local weed growing somewhere around here. Look for the golden leaves.
Is this it?
Aye, that's the stuff. Crush the leaves between your fingertips and rub them on your clothes.
If you insist. You could have warned me about the smell.
Like corruption, isn't it? We'll have an honor guard of flies before long.
Lovely.
But it'll stop the Givra from noticing us. Its nose will tell it we're nothing but a feast for worms.
Oh, I feel so much better.
We can wash it off afterwards. If there's one good thing about the Givra choosing the ruins for its hunting ground, it's that there's plenty of fresh water nearby.
And that we're pretty close to the ruins, too. Viva.
Where should we lay the bait?
Givras are creatures of habit. Look for some sign of its passing. It's sure to return to the same place sooner or later.
Marking its territory.
Something was. A curl, maybe.
A fresh kill.
But not a Givras. The wounds are too clean. Too small.
That's probably a tomberry.
Tracks. But I assume they're too small to belong to a Givra.
You're right. They're barely big enough to belong to a Givra's breakfast.
Alrighty. Well, that looks...
These look like a predator's tracks. You can clearly make out the claws.
But not just any claws. These belong to a Givra. There's no mistaking them. We'll lay the bait here.
Let's hope our friend is hungry.
Let's hope our friend is hungry and we're able to grab all the shit. Oh, look at that well-prepared meat that's just laying around.
Still no sign.
Patience, Clive. Hunting's not something you can rush.
Have you stalked these beasts before?
Once. Givras are fast, so the job called for a bearer. But even with my knack, it was a close-run thing.
Not many leaders would take such risks for their people.
Says the man who battled an Eikon to save a boy he barely knew. It
True.
is the way of the motes of water to use what gifts we've been given for the good of all. And I gather it's your way too.
It was Sit, the man whose name I bear. He fought for his people and their future with every fiber of his being. I'm just following in his footsteps. In many ways, you remind me of him.
Me? You're confusing daring with desperation. Quiet. Something's coming.
Are you calling him daring or desperate?
Our guest has finally arrived.
Shall we greet him?
It'd be rude not to.
Don't let it escape.
Nice try. Nice try. Too slow. Nice try. Nice try. Thanks, boy. Not good. Too slow.
one more hit. There we go. Enemy slain.
You weren't exaggerating when you said they were dangerous.
They're forces of nature, all right. And with this one's passing, the river of life has calmed. O roaring torrent, son of storms, may your spirit run free in the open ocean.
Now for that ton.
This flesh I claim, that your gifts might rain down upon us this day, and our river flow in spate once more. Well then, let's return to the village. We must get this tongue to Yamila before it spoils.
There we go. I thought I was like, oh, it should let me teleport to her. Hello.
Tributary, my lord. Did all proceed as planned?
Yep.
It did. Here. One Geaver tongue. As promised.
For centuries, people of the north have brewed teas made with ton of Geaver to cure arid ailments for both body and mind. Much to the chagrin of the region's grievers, who rarely survive the removal process. And even if they did, well, I mean, you could survive without a ton.
Thank you. I shall add it to
Although
the
I guess
broth
it depends
at
on what
once.
else they use their tongue for.
By your leave, tributary.
If there is anything else that we can do to help, you need only ask.
No, no. You've already done more for my family than I can ever repay.
Just as you have, Clive, for my family. I only regret that I have nothing to offer you in return but my gratitude.
It's more than enough. Besides, I'm no less grateful to you.
For what?
For welcoming my friends and I into your midst. For showing us how your people live. For reminding me that the world we strive to create, where bearers can live alongside their fellow men in peace and comfort, is no mere fantasy.
And we will not be its final witness.
Every day is a struggle. Though we do at least struggle together, it's true.
As must we all. I only ask that you remember the cost of using your gifts as a bearer. I know that you feel it's your duty to do whatever you can to help your people. But you have a child to think about now. And Wallis has lost enough.
I shall bear that in mind.
That's all I ask. Oh, and if there is anything else that we can do to help, well, you know.
Thank you. Truly.
Quest complete. The arms of darkness, a reflection of darkness. Oh shit, did like another one just pop up?
It is good to have him back.
Okay, you know what? Let's go take care of these two first, and then we'll go talk to her, because God, I hope not another one doesn't pop up afterwards.
His The hunter.
What up?
It's you. Nasef's savior.
Are you all right? What happened?
I was tracking an ibex when a great spout of water struck me square in the back. Sent me flying all the way across the clearing.
Did you see what made it?
No. All I heard was a noise. An ear-splitting din.
Might this be the culprit? Leave him to us.
It's probably not, but we'll do it anyway.
You've caused enough trouble. Well, that wasn't too bad.
Probably wasn't what we were looking for, though.
Hardly a threat to the village, but you can't blame the boy for being scared.
You made that look a lot easier than it was.
Do you think that was the beast which attacked you?
That thing? Not a chance. Would have heard it coming a league away.
Yeah, it's very
And the
slow.
blast of water that hit me was beyond anything an Archelon can manage.
Oh. A boy from the village sent me in search of a beast that could conjure such things, but...
That's it. That's the noise I heard. Sounded like it came from the ruins.
I'll go. You head back to Haven and see a healer.
God, I wish you could, like, just start running much sooner than you could, you know?
What do we have here?
A lot of dead crabs. And dead turtle.
Founder. Something's been busy.
Founder.
Whatever this creature is, it's out for blood. But it's not having ours. Stay close, Torgal.
And Jill and Joshua, because you're with me
Where
too.
are you?
Reflection of light. Oh, it's one of the Talos.
Another fragment of Walius' rage. I should have known. Time to put you to bed too. Slow. Nice try.
Full. Down you go. Probably need that to upgrade the thing.
Fingers crossed that's the last of them. Either way, I should let Eirik know the danger is past. For now, at least.
That wasn't a bad fight. I love how he's called an angry griffin.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Looks like that's the last of them. Now, where's the grave?
Still a little further in.
This must be it.
My lord, thank you for making the path safe again.
Isay. Was that her name?
Yes. Hardly the most fitting tribute for a dominant, is it? A rough-hewn stone with naught but a given name engraved on it. But my ancestors had only been here a matter of weeks when she passed. Every day was a struggle to survive. They had neither the time nor the energy to devote to a more elaborate memorial. Yet they spared what they could to grant her wish, that even in death she might continue to watch over her home.
She lived down there then? In the ruins?
That's right. They were once the living quarters for those who served up in the temple. When the Northern Thanes sent her here to weave her spell, this was where she and her retinue stayed. There were priests, handmaidens, and a knight sworn to shield her from harm. Of course, they were all gone by the time my ancestors arrived, fled or dead in the Western Wars.
All except Isay, who remained till the end. Alone.
Indeed. At least, that is the story as it's been handed down in Haven. But there is an epilogue to the tale. One known only to Lady Shula and myself. Some years after Isay's passing, you see, my grandmother came here to tend the grave and found a stranger kneeling before it. A knight, dressed head to toe in plate. She asked of him who he was and whence he had come, but received no answer. The only words he spoke were, "Tell me true, whose grave is this?"
Oh, is this the night that we fought?
So she told him of how her people had met and cared for Isay, and how she had died. His only reaction was to stare up at the air of hours in silence. Then he left, never to be seen again.
You said he was wearing plate. Was it black and gold?
Do you know something of him?
When we went up to the Air of Hours to unravel the spell, we were set upon by a shade in the shape of a knight in full plate. It manifested in front of the Vare, and in its ether, I felt Shiva, the witch.
You think this may have been the same man my great-grandmother met? Isay's knight?
I don't know. Maybe. All I can say for sure is it was intent on protecting her creation.
Or perhaps her spirit. What remained of her ether, preserved in the Vare. Perhaps his spirit too became enraveled in her spell, frozen in an eternal vigil.
Till we ended it.
If the shade you fought was Isay's knight, then ending it was the greatest gift you could have given him. Now he can return to the sea, to be with his lady once more.
That's nice.
And if his spirit should ever return here to visit her grave, I shall ask his name, that I might carve it in the stone next to hers.
That they might be together. Once and for all.
Once and for all. Beyond the grave. Somewhere beyond the grave.
Thank you, my lord, for reuniting them.
You know what, since... let's just fast travel back to here. I'll take care of the Tomberries. Hopefully that last quest down there will be the... Hopefully that last quest that Shula has will be the last one.
Found her. They're almost at the gate. But But they won't be coming any closer. It's over.
I'll be honest, that me doing the Earthen Fury really made short work of them. All right, where's the king?
That should buy Haven some time at least.
Clive, are you all right?
Fine. We've taken care of the immediate threat.
Thank the tides. I was worried I was going to lose you both. Talor, he took a sudden turn for the worse just after you left.
What? Is he?
No, he's hanging on. I fear the Tombury King may have begun the cursing ritual again. In earnest this time. And I can't imagine their being here as a coincidence. I think it might be happening on this very mountain.
If it is, it won't be for long. Get back to Talor. I'm going up.
My thanks. I shall pray for both of you.
Is he going to be in that? Okay, well, I feel like he's definitely in that cave over there, because where else would he be? But we'll probably come across some tomberries, like right here.
More of them. Come on, then. I crave an audience with your king. Stay down.
Stay down. I'm not gonna waste a... Hexer. I will say this, yes, I can definitely see where people are like, oh dear God, that's the Tomberry's, you know, design for this.
They don't look very regal.
Like, I can definitely see why people are, like, off-put by their designs for this, but I like them. Hello, chest. Reflection of fire. Shepherd of fire. Jeez, there's going to be a lot more groups we're going to come across, isn't there? I mean, I will say this, their fucking knives look very intimidating. Dare say I'm probably going to end up getting a level up through this mission. If not during the Keem fight, maybe before the Keem fight.
Still no sign of the king. Could Fanad have been wrong?
No, we're getting close to it.
There's dozens of them. The king must be close. Now that's a lot of Tombres.
It's over. It's over. Right before I got hit by the thing. That's a level up. I was supposed to say, really? Nice, nice, nice.
Looks like that's the last of them. Out here, anyway. But beastmen do like dark places.
I guess there is a Tomberry King. Oh, actually, no. I think there is a Tom. Yeah, I think I remember seeing the art of the Tomberry King. I'm gonna make a save here just in case bullshit happens. There he is. Look at him.
I'll be damned.
The Tomberry King.
A crown. Sorry, Your Majesty, but your reign ends here.
Everyone's grudge. Oh shit, I did not mean to do tsunami. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. God damn, this has been hit. No one move. Boom! Nice! Oh, Tomberry King's so fucking cool. Notch Tang. For Tomberry, creative drive by its pure, unadulterated hate for those who have slain his brethren. A sharp blade is ultimately a grudge for its commitment. The more honed its edge, the more honed the killer's intent. Tamed by the fiend Tomberry King.
It's done. Which means the curse should be broken. Let's see how Talor's doing.
Nice. I wonder if that's something that they updated for all the quests now, or if it's just for as weird as it would be for these quests only.
Clive! Is it done then?
It is. I was going to ask if there had been any change in Talor's condition, but judging by that smile on your face, I think I already know the answer.
You do? Talor! He's back!
Hello there.
Thank you, my lord. I can never repay you for everything you've done for me. I owe you my life.
I'm just glad the curse is lifted. There is one thing I'd like to know, though. If you don't mind my asking. What made you seek the Tombry's help in the first place?
Oh, that. Well, you deserve to know. It was years ago now, back in my trading days. The Sons of Greek arrested me in Oriflamme, chained me up in a lightless cell with a great sword hung over my head, ready to fall if I didn't confess. Though they never said to what. I didn't, of course. So eventually they just let me go. And I never told a soul. Tried to forget it ever happened. But then you came along and the sight of your sword brought it all flooding back. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't hardly breathe, and I thought that if I gave my old chain to the Tombrys, maybe they could take all that pain away. All that anger. But it only made it worse.
Oriflamme has fallen. And the men who tortured you likely fell with it.
Most likely.
If only I'd known, I might have spared everyone a lot of trouble. I'd convinced myself that you were like them. That all outsiders were the same, but you're not. Far from it. Thank you, son. Thank you.
Well, that's that.
Clive, there's something I need to tell you. After we parted ways on the path to the cloak, I went straight back to Tlor and explained to him what you were doing on his behalf. And just like that, his pain began to fade.
What do you mean? Just like that? The Tombry King would have still been alive. I had to contend with dozens of his minions before I found him.
Then, perhaps one of them warned him of your coming and he broke off his ritual. Or, perhaps, knowing that an outsider was fighting for him was what lifted the weight from Tlor's heart. I know from experience that many illnesses are not wholly physical, but of the spirit, at least in part.
Was there ever really a curse then? Or was Tlor simply suffering from the pain of his memories? And the guilt of what he'd done? For all the difference it makes. I suppose we'll never know.
Maybe not. But this much I do know. It was your strength and your selflessness that healed his heart in the end.
I'll be sure to tell my healer friend when I get home.
Or Calcum. Alright, let's go hand in this one, and then we'll do what will hopefully be the last mission.
How many times do we have to tell you?
Oh, is that his kid, son?
You're back!
So? Did you find the fiend that attacked me and young Eirik here?
I did. It won't be troubling you anymore.
Yes! I knew you'd get it.
Only because you warned me of its existence. Not that you should ever have learned of its existence, but all's well that ends well, I suppose.
What was it anyway?
A manifestation of Leviathan's power. When we visited Walius in the Surge, he was angry and afraid. The Eikon summoned these creatures for his protection.
Kind of similar to what Benedicta did with Garuda.
Of Riversmeet, I don't know.
Maybe it was looking for his mum. That's where she died, isn't it? The Falls.
The Falls?
Hmm?
Aye. When they took her baby, she threw herself off the top.
Oh.
We go there once a year to pay our respects. The whole village.
Mother of Walja.
An Eggy is a part of its master's spirit, but Walius wouldn't have been aware of what had happened to his mother, would he?
Well, either way, you did us a favor putting that thing to rest. Us and Walius. Thank you.
Aye. Thanks, mister.
Lost in the woods. Another orichalcum. The end can wait. Complete 10 Masali's quest. Well, I thought for sure there'd be a choice for that, but okay. What's your last one?
No, it has to be him.
What has to be?
At least I hope it's the last one.
If you don't mind my asking.
It's not your asking, I mind. It's my explaining. But I don't see any other way around it. You see, when a baby is born here, we hold a ceremony to welcome them. The rite of immersion, we call it. But I don't know whether Walius was ever afforded that courtesy. What is abundantly clear, though, is that my ancestors never welcomed him as one of us. And I want to change that. The problem is, the ceremony requires 3 ministrators. The baby's parents and a witness. As tributary, the role of witness would normally fall to me. But being Walius's closest living relative, I must play the role of mother.
So you want me to serve as witness in your stead?
That's right. A witness must be a trusty guardian, ready to steer the child through the stormy waters of life, and on to tranquility. Which is why I thought of you.
I would do it. Oh, 10,000. Jesus, that's a lot of gil.
My honor.
Is that the most gil we've ever gotten for a reward?
Clive.
So, if you will serve as mother and I as witness, who will take on the father's role?
Joshua!
I have a younger brother. He should be making ready for the rite as we speak, though whether he is or not. Let me introduce you.
Please do. If he's anything like his sister, I'm sure we'll get on famously.
I'll bid him come to the Witten Hall. Will you wait for us there?
Gladly.
It is good to have him back.
If literally this entire quest is just this and there's like nothing else tied to it, I'm glad I said this for last then.
Clive, my brother.
If it isn't my old mate Sid!
Oh, this dude!
So you do remember me, even stripped of my cunning disguise? I'm touched.
Oh, no wonder
You
they
two
needed
know
the
each
crystals then.
My friends and I crossed paths with your brother on our hunt for the dusk crystals, during which we saved his life. 3 times, was it?
Okay, I actually kind of glad they brought this back.
Who's counting? All I know is when Shula mentioned she'd called in Sid the Outlaw to help young Walius, I could be sure that the little rascal was in safe hands. I mean, having seen you in action back at the tower...
Honestly, yeah, it all
exactly
makes sense because I
what
remember
you're
they needed
capable
crystals
of.
for their village, so...
So the mercenary you met in the Sage Spire, that was Clive. And he saved your life? That's a rather different story from the one you told me. And a far likelier one at that. It would appear my family owe you twice over. Whether they admit it or not. Honestly, Fammy, would it kill you to tell the truth once in a while?
What? I said sorry, didn't I? How about we save the recriminations until after the ceremony, eh?
Speaking of which, what does this ceremony involve exactly?
It's simple, really. We each say a short prayer and anoint the child's head with holy water.
Nothing too onerous then.
Not about the rite itself, no. But it does call for some preparation. One of the witness's responsibilities is to collect the holy water, you see. 3 phials for the 3 ministrators, each taken from a particular place. Don't worry, though. It's not as if you have to go alone. I can show you the way.
I'd appreciate that.
Famiel, you stay here and ready the Witten Hall.
Leave it to me.
If there's anything Jill and I can do to assist you.
We'd be glad to help.
Thank you both. All right then, let's get started, shall we? There are 3 types of holy water that we must collect. The water of the mountain, of the river, and of the
3
sea.
areas. Great, okay.
We take the water of the mountain from the spring atop Maiden's March. The water of the river from the course that flows through the ruins of River's Meet. And the water of the sea from the shallows of Tailwind Bay. Here are the phials we'll be using in the ceremony.
Okay.
I'm ready to leave whenever you are.
And that's one that we haven't even gotten to that one yet, so I'd have to probably travel from this one and go down that way. Okay, let's go grab this one's first.
Someone's in trouble. Come on.
Why does that sound like him? Or is that his buddies? I think that's his buddies. Yeah, it's his buddies.
Help? What help? Nobody's coming to... Help?
Hello?
We're here to help. Keep its attention on us.
Nothing more than that.
There we go.
Is anyone hurt?
Wait, are you his friends or are you?
Sid!
Oh yeah,
From
they are the
clouds
friends.
In the heavens you came.
You saved us. Again.
Would you 2 care to explain what you're doing up here?
The chief sent us to fetch incense for the ceremony. So the Witten Hall smells nice. For the little Ben.
You mean to tell me you braved this den of deadly beasts for some tree sap?
You don't have to do everything he says, you know.
Or if you must, at least have the good sense to ask one of our hunters to accompany you.
We're sorry.
It's fine. Just go back to the village before you get yourselves into any more trouble.
Right you are. Oh, and thanks and that.
Remind me to give my brother a cuff round the ear when we get back.
Yeah. He definitely needs one.
Right then. Let's collect this water, shall we? The rain that falls on the mountain emerges here in these springs.
The source of the river. The source of life.
Source of life.
Precisely. Take care not to spill it. We can
this
collect
one-
the water of the river from here.
All right.
This one was just a simple, hey, come and just grab it. That's good. At least for now, anyway.
The water of the river represents life. It is constantly moving, constantly changing. And though its course may twist and turn or branch into 1,000 separate streams, it always flows in the same direction, from source to sea, beginning to end.
Like time. What of Valius then? When your ancestors froze him, did they remove him from the River of Life?
They did. Like an ice-bound pool that didn't thaw for 80 summers. But now he's free to flow again, to live. And you and I shall flow with him, for we are all but drops of water in the great river of life.
I find that thought oddly reassuring.
Go on.
A drop of water might seem insignificant on its own, but as a part of a torrent, it can cleave a path through the hardest rock. It makes me believe we humans might just stand a chance.
I believe we might. Just one more file to go then.
Nearly done.
Alrighty. Let's go to the one area she said, like, you don't want to know when we came up here the first time.
This path leads down to the coast. Usually we keep this gate shut tight, but since this is a special occasion...
Yes, why is it closed? Is this because of the possibility of, like, I don't know.
Thank the tides the weather held. This place can be treacherous when the waves are high. If it weren't for the holy water, no one would ever come down here.
I'll be sure to watch my step.
Water flows to the sea, then rises into the clouds. Just like life, the end is not the end, only a new beginning. My ancestors chose this place because it was where the first boat landed.
And it's a good thing they didn't land closer to the surge.
Quite.
Yeah. Journey's End. Funny that it's called Journey's End when this is close to where they landed. Well, I guess, yeah, Journey's End is... They call it Journey's End because their journey for a new home ended here.
The water of the sea. I still can't help but be awed by it.
Oh? All that wave ever made me feel was pity and sorrow for the innocent life trapped inside it. The child my great-grandfather sacrificed to try to change his people's fate. It was wrong, an unforgivable sin. But I often wonder, will my descendants ever forgive me for what I have done? As tributary, I've faced many difficult choices. And though I've always striven to do what's best for my people, here we live in poverty, hidden away from the world. So have my choices denied them a better life, just as my ancestors denied Valius his?
No. You would not forcibly sacrifice one of your people to save the others. You do the best you can for all of them, as do I. We share in their woes, just as we share in their joys. And the most we can do is try to bring them more of the latter.
Aye, you're right. And try I shall, to bring all of my people a better tomorrow. Walius included.
Then I wish you luck. If my time with the boy is any indication, he's going to be quite a handful.
Then we must start as we mean to go on, and give him the very best welcome we can.
Where to next, then?
Back to the village, to find out if my brother has made the necessary preparations. Or got his lackeys to do it for him.
I like him, though. I like those groups of idiots, but... yeah.
We have the holy water. Is everything else in place?
All ready to go. Told you could count on me.
Then let us begin. Famiel, have your men summon everyone to the Witten Hall.
Right you are.
Come on, boys!
Shula, wait. I don't know the words.
Don't worry. There aren't many of them. We'll have time enough to practice before people arrive.
Wait, I don't know the words. So this is basically kind of like akin to a baptism in a way in the Catholic Church.
My friends, we are gathered here today to welcome this child into our community by the rite of immersion. As has been our custom since the first reign. As tributary, I would normally perform the rite with the child's parents, but Walius's mother and father returned to the sea long ago. So I and my brother Famiel shall serve as his family, while the one who returned him to us shall bear witness in my stead. Clive, if you would step forward.
This is nice. I like this.
Like the rain that falls on the mountains tall, are we born.
Like the river that flows through the valleys below, do we live.
Like the boundless sea, where the currents run free, do we die, and to the clouds then rise again.
Can you speak that a little louder, sir? Aww.
The circle of water is the circle of life. And today, from the heavens falls rain anew. This child, Walius, now joins our stream, and he shall flow with us, from the mountains to the sea. You played your part to a T, Clive. Thank you. It means a lot to us.
I was honored to be asked. And terrified I'd miss.
Now that you're part of the family, young Walyas, my lad. Uncle Samuel can teach you the ways of the world.
Oh no, he can't.
Don't be so hasty. Your brother's knack for self-preservation might serve him well.
Ha! You are never going to let me live that down, are you?
I'm gonna raise Walyas as if he were my own. Teach him everything I know about life, our people, and our past. But with all the Mothercrystals gone, he will grow up in a world without comforts. One where we only have ourselves and each other to rely on.
I'd say your people are better prepared than most to survive in such a world, Shula. To thrive, indeed, under your guidance.
Only if nature continues to smile on us. If we were to lose her gifts, we'd be left with nothing at all.
Yes. But it needn't come to that. Not if we can stop the spread of the Blight. So long as we can save a single patch of soil, we can plant the seeds for a new world. One where we can all be free.
Perhaps then, we might finally be able to step out from behind our curtain, eh? Till that day comes, I wish you good tide.
Thank you. We should be on our way.
Well, you be careful out there.
Aye, you steer clear of trouble now.
Likewise.
The First Rain Talisman. Oft called Pinons on account of their flag-like nature, these quaint hand-woven charms are beloved to represent one's journey down to the river life from first rain to their ultimate return to the sea. Every Missadian resident a dozen of the talismans at their rite of immersion with hopes that their journey is as long as it is calm. The water of the river represents life, and though its course may twist and turn, it always flows in the same direction. Oh, that was the last quest. That definitely feels like it should have been like the last quest.
We must be the first outsiders to have witnessed that rite in over a century.
Walyas has been waiting for it for nearly as long. He seemed pleased to be finally rejoining the family.
Now all we have to do is save that family. To change our river's course.
Well, okay. There is the hideaway. A new missive has been delivered to my chambers. Also, we have that. I'll talk about that in a little bit. The Wall of Memories. It's kind of unfortunate that I mean, it makes sense that the emblem of Haven Hidden Village of the Moats of Water, the pattern's interesting lines represents both the scales of the great serpent Leviathan and the ripples upon the surface of the ceaseless rill. The circle of life that has neither begin nor end. Now that wall is is released. The two float together again at long last. And this is this. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Here's our thing. The only thing I'm missing is this thing here, which is the tapestry thing. So, and it kind of sucks that the Echoes of a Fallen Star or whatever that the first DLC was only had one of the things, but that's fine. It's understandable. A New Hope. Clive, I pen you this note not from the wind hall beneath the tapestry whose images for so long haunted my dreams. Oh, from. Not, I don't know why I said not. Outside, the air rings with Manda's soothing coos, the call of Pavi's hammer, the rumbling of his curses, and the whisper of the winds through the elder's blessing. In short, almost everything is as was before you came here. There's just one difference. The bone that lies burly happily beside me. One tiny difference, yet one that has changed everything. When my ancestors committed their greatest sin, it was not only Walazas who was frozen in time. For 8 years we motes of water have been bound by the spell they cast that day. Unable to right their wrong, unable to move forward. But now, like Walza, or Walja, we are released. We can live again on our own terms, where every life is equal and all equally cherished. You brought us this gift, and I have every belief that you will bring it to the world. Believe in yourself as we believe in you. Shula. Yes. So, this thing right here that just popped up is a new challenge. We'll explain it. I'm sure they'll explain it here. If they don't, I'll explain it. Oh, hey.
What is this?
Muthos. You plumbed the very abyss, yet still you hunger.
You hunger.
We are impressed.
Is that so? Oh, no. Not again.
Okay.
Is ours, and now it is yours. Consider it a gift from us to you, a taste of things to come.
You still think I'm going to be your vessel?
That's a pretty sick reward.
I'll take your gift then, Ultima. Just don't expect it back.
Ultimate power. Clive has been granted a portion of Ultima's essence. Attuning with Ultima not only neutralizes the element aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows access to several new divine abilities such as Voice of God, punishing attack that sends a concentrated beam of light from the heavens to scorch the very earth. Ability details are found in the ability tabs in the main menu. Ultima's feats. Ultima's feat Ascension allows Clive to levitate from the ground, transforming his normal square attack into a sweeping assault capable of striking multiple nearby enemies at once. It also enhances normal range spell into a 5-fold volley of holy arrows. In addition, pressing X will allow Clive to rise up even further into the air, allowing easy access to flying enemies. Only Ultima's abilities are available during this battle.
You hear me? I will never be yours.
Not the Final Fantasy spirits within. Deus Ex. Channel the heavens.
You, who ever rail against our gifts, remain all too eager to avail yourself of them. Perhaps you require more time to reflect.
Cryos Gate unlock. Cryos Gate is now accessible from the Hideaway's Aether Stone. Cryos Gate is challenging endgame battle content in which Clive must delve into the varied circles of hell to tackle wave after wave of familiar yet ferocious enemies. Still have no idea what this one is. I think it's... Oh, I think this is replaying all the gates that you do and such. So put your combat skills to the ultimate test in Cryos Gate. Restrictions on level, gear, and consumables are applied. Gameplay mode will be default to action focus. So there's 20 circles here. Simply put, Cryos Gate is a journey through 20 circles of external torment. Upon completing a circle, Clive will earn EP enhancement points and BP boon points, which can be used to purchase permanent and temporary boons, boosts to abilities and attributes. Clearing a circle will also reward Clive with rare items such as accessories, weapons, and crafting materials. While the aforementioned boosts are only affected while in Cryos Gates, all item rewards can be taken back to Valisthea. Just as in arcade mode and the Chronolith Trials, performance is tallied during Clive's descents into Cryos Gate, with points being rewarded for successfully using a variety of battle techniques such as dealing damage, executing abilities, and evading attacks. Also, each circle has a time limit and battle performance is only recorded before the timer expires. The amount of EP and BP earned by clearing a circle is determined by the circle's final score, with enough EP bonuses being rewarded for beating target times. While Cryos Gate placed restrictions on level, gear, and consumables, there are no restrictions on Eikon abilities usage. Between cycles, you have the opportunity to respect each of Clive's ability sets. It is during these post-cycles intervals that Clive can also use EP and BP earned during the circles to purchase the permanent enhancements and temporary boons. As mentioned earlier, these boost effects a variety of attributes, actions, and more. Their timely applications will prove crucial to a successful run. A successful run. So yes, I believe this is kind of like a like, I believe, like, you'll be fighting old bosses or something again, too, like, every 5 stages, and it does only go to 20. So, I believe there's a trophy tied to it, but no need for me to do that. Though it does look pretty awesome, and I do love the fact that it's there. Ultima channeled. And there it is. The full set. Fucking crazy in my honest opinion. Does he have a limit boost? Oh yeah, Voice of God is as, or is this Ultimate Demise? Here, let's just unlock both of them. Yeah, we can at least get everything upgraded. But what's this? Ascension. I said we could get everything upgraded, but save for these two. But yeah, that's it. That's actually really cool of that. Is there anything I can like upgrade?
Trouble with your gear, or
shoulder gear?
Or Sancthornian, dear.
You know, I'm actually somewhat glad that they didn't make a weapon stronger than the ultimate weapon, because I feel like that'd be a bit like, well, a little weird, but oh well. Or the Omega weapon, whatever it is that we have it called. Yeah, guys, that's it. That is gonna do. Oh wait, we're not done yet. I want to look at the new stuff in here. So. Just look at any new of this stuff for the DLC. Which I still need to like find all the tome stuff that I didn't get. Reading the Tides. Entries of the Rising Tides are now available for viewing in the 1,000 tomes. Speak with Hippocrates in the Hideaway to learn more. Hippocrates will not gain wisdom by learning of Clive's accounts on this quest. Entries of the Rising Tide will appear on the final page of each of the 4 sections of Compel Knowledge. All entries for this DLC can be accessed by selecting the Rising Tide from the keyword search.
If you have a question for me, I should be happy to answer it.
Oh, he had his hair dyed. That's actually cool. Task with venturing beyond the wall. Yeah. To secure funds and supplies for the moats of water, most crucially the dust crystals that he and the brothers Halleck and Marek mined from the Sage Spire. After the parents' passing, Famel was raised by his sister, who elected to put his roguish charm and thirst for adventure to use the service of their community. In return for a solemn pledge that he would keep his true identity secret, as well as closest living male relative, it was Famel's responsibility to take the father's role of the child's right of immersion, which, to the surprise of everyone involved, he handled with aplomb. One of Famel's familiars and fellow member of the Moats of Water, he and his companion Mark were tasked with mining dust crystals from the sleeping Sage Spire until the tower awakened and the two came within a fallen abomination's fingernail of losing their lives. After being saved by Clive and returning to the set of the brothers, turned their attention to assisting their leader, starring the right. Yep. Pretty much, this is pretty much the same one too. The tower. Shula. New Mother. Walla. Pavret. You know what's hilarious was we don't have that guy who fell in love with her in here, even though you think it would be Yasa. Dominant of Shifa. Oh, Isabella. Oh yeah, friend of the moats. There we go. Lay of the land. Let's see if there's anything. Not the veil. That's probably the only one. Oh, and then we got a little bit of Dragon's Horn as well. And Dragon's Eye. Man, Uncle Byron was great. Ooh, that's a long read. And Haven, we got all of Haven's stuff. Clock top. And that's not all of this. Great. Which one did I miss? Oh, the Northern Territories. Evanescence. Eikon, 8 elements. I think this is the only thing I'm missing is just this one right here, which I don't know how. Maybe I am missing the thing, but when I complete the stones, that might be it. Oh, and I'm missing 2 of the. Okay, I have no idea then. The glamour. Chromancery. Basic info and then hidden truths. Glamour, these things. And the dust crystals. That's what I figured. The Var. The moats. Oh, there's blessings. The Gregorian Inquisition. No one expects the Gregorian Inquisition. Bacchus's wine? How you ask? Bacchus wine is either some ambrosial delight distilled by the gods themselves, or fancy woven by vineyards and liquormongers of ill repute to separate the thirsty masses from their hard-earned coin. Truth, however, is somewhere in between. While Bacchus wine does in fact exist, it is only produced at the continent, and therefore will command a king's ransom in those few high-end inns and brothels that actually manage to procure a bottle. As such, demand well exceeds supply, forcing innkeepers around the realm to find the alternatives that will satisfy their patrons' wants for the occasional reacher or drop. This is frequently accomplished by blending a variety of lesser quality vintages, the result being not only questionable flavor, but also a tendency to induce some of the most severe headaches outside of Balhammer the Fate. Damn. And then Bestiary. I'm going to read the Tomberry stuff. Oh, and let's read Leviathans as well. Despite the prominence of the dominants and their icons in modern policies and warfare, recent history makes no mention of the icon of water, so long has it been, in fact, since Leviathan last appeared in Valisthea, that he is now almost exclusively referred to as the Lost. As to where exactly he went, though, no one is quite certain. So long has it been, appeared in Valisthea, that may have forgotten Leviathan even exists, despite much evidence to the contrary. Orions clearly speak of dominance past summoning great whale-like creatures capable of swallowing entire cities with a grappling maws. Visually records such as the famed Circles of Malice tapestry also exists, depicting the Eikons as a giant serpent alongside its elemental brethren. 80 years ago, a baby was born in the moats of water, a dominant, the first to awaken after decades of silence. Yet rather than embrace this miracle, they instead chose to use him for their own gain, subjecting him to a tormentous rite that strained the serpent slumbering inside him. Fearing the destruction of their village at the hands of an enraged Eikon, the moats cast a spell on the child, imprisoning him with time itself, where he remains trapped to this day, his anger stayed but not soothed. 80 years ago, sacrificed the baby with degrees to create their own Mothercrystal, and in doing so corrupted both his body and mind. Unaccepting of this taint inflicted by mankind on his once perfect creation, Ultima spurred the child, leaving him to his cruel fate while turning his eyes to another. I don't really care about this. Tomberries. A race of beastmen native to the northern territories, while distinguishing features include dark green skin and an unruly round head and a slight hunched gait. Tomberries are probably best known for their unhealthy obsession with vengeance and the unusually sharp knives they carry to exact it. Slightly a Tomberry, even in the most insignificant of manners, will plant a foul seed in its heart that, over time, will take root and grow, driving the Tomberry to madness. Can only be stunned with murder. And should you harm one of its kin, prepare to face the rancor of the entire tribe. Vengeance is a central fixation in Tomberry culture, with society value apparently being placed on the number of individual grudges a Tomberry accumulates over its lifetime. As such, most older tribe members are admired or even revered by their younger peers. Malsanian folklore suggests that one might redirect the rancor of these creatures to a personal enemy or curse him by leaving an offering on one of their many stone altars. This, however, can come at a risk of being cursed yourself should the enemy already be dead. Tomberry kings are not of noble blood, nor do they rule over their tribe. They are simply those individuals who have survived long enough to accumulate significant amounts of rancor. Their hearts stained black with rage, these elders tend to be not only the most violent and bloodthirsty of their kin, but also the strongest and most feeble. Despite their advanced years, some believe that one may curse his enemy by making an offering to these kings, but science would suggest this is pure fancy. And this thing in the Timekeeper. Clad in iron from head to toe, the Timekeeper serves as both guardians of the Ire of Hours and Watcher of the Vare, defending his charge with both mighty sword and malevolent sorcery. Bane time as a copper might oblige hope and descending to his victims before they can react. Before a Timekeeper became guardian of the Vare, he was a northern bannerman in service of the dominant of Ice, Yase. When the spell ultimately failed and the Thengins turned their attention to their ill-starred assault on Rosaria, the two were separated, and when he returned to Maaseda, to stand with his lady once more, it was too late. Yet still he remained loyal to her last, having pledged both life and afterlife to his lady, and his spirit empowering with her song. Yay. I think, yeah, I think the only things I do have left is just the Mystery of the Realms, and that's all I have left.
Did you learn everything
So,
you
yeah.
needed?
Alright, guys. That is it. Final Fantasy 16 is complete. Well, in the sense of the Let's Play series is. I still love this game. Playing through this DLC again really did invigorate my love for this game. And the love for the series as a whole. And of course, Rebirth helped with that as well. And, you know, every now and then I go back into 14. Although it's been a while since I played 14. I did go and do the 16 event, of course. But I need to get back in there and get ready for Dawn Trial coming out in a few months. About 2, yeah. By the time, I think it should be May by the time this part comes out. But yeah, it's crazy how Final Fantasy is a series that I love, man. I still need to play, you know, 1 through 6, but I basically played every other Final Fantasy game, save for 11. And I would love to replay 13, you know. I think it deserves another chance for me to play it. And I remember not minding it, but it's definitely a game that's like, I should replay through it again just so I can see how it is and such. The whole trilogy and everything. And, you know, the rumors of 9 getting a remake coming out soon. Maybe not coming out soon, but like maybe the announcement and stuff like that. I mean, I'm going to be on that game. And then, of course, I'm still trying to figure out what the heck I want to do with 1 through 6 if I ever do plan to do anything with them. And then, of course, Stranger of Paradise. I still like some of the spin-off games, too. Like I said, Stranger of Paradise. Final Fantasy 7 or Final Fantasy Tactics, you know, that's still one of my favorite games too. But yeah, this game's still fun, and though it took me a while to get back into the hang of it, I did get back into the hang of it, and you know, got to you know, beef it up again. And definitely, I think I plan to do almost everything that I can on this file before I go and do New Game Plus with on Final Fantasy mode to get the last trophy for that. But no, this game's still fantastic. Even 15's great too. I still enjoy 15 and such. But yeah, I like the DLC as a whole. It was really fun. I'm not really disappointed, but I was like, it would have been nice if the girl who helped Dion, you know, throughout the story, if it ended up she was the Eikon. But then again, I guess it wouldn't really made sense. I don't know, but it would have been nice because it was like, wow, there's such a big focus on this little girl, and there's really nothing out of it, which isn't bad. I definitely like this one a little bit better than Echoes of the Fallen Star. Or not Echoes of the Fallen Star. That's fucking, that's from 7. Or not 7. That's from 14. Echoes of the Fallen. That's what it's called. Echoes of the Fallen. I liked it. I didn't mind. The story was fine. Of course, fighting Omega was pretty fucking cool,
What is it that
too.
you wish to learn? One must understand one's place in the world.
But yeah, it was still pretty nice, and I do like that we kept the right of intermission and
Here's the latest
such.
information
And now we even have wants to save Leviathan's dominant. Arranges meeting with Sid. Traveling companion. Oh, what was that called there? Ask for help, and then they become traveling companion. Assist, wants to save. Visits Leviathan's dominant. Trust Haven. Which gives spell to guardians in Trust Haven. Rallies against. Unfreezes. Traveling companion, battle, urge to fight Leviathan, feels presence because of the dominant there, saves, unfreezes, scorns, asks to bear witness, officer's rights, sister and brother, supports. But yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, just have that whole entire area right there is all free. But no, I really like this game. It's great. And I love playing it again here. And I don't want to say it reignited my love for the series. I've always been. I would never say I never really fell out of love with this series. I enjoyed this when it first came out, and then of course, you know, the remakes of 7. And 14, you know, me always playing 14 every now and then. I'm always like in love with this series, and of course playing some of the games too, and such. But I really like this game a lot, and I don't know why. And then I hate the whole like people comparing, you know, 16 and Rebirth together. It's like they are different games. They are Final Fantasy games, but they are entirely different in terms of story and combat and all that stuff too, and everything. They're both beautiful. They both have interesting combat, which I like. I mean, I fucking love the whole Eikon abilities and things from this game. And I know they each have their flaws too. A lot of people would say the minigames in Rebirth was too much, and they'd rather have like at least half of those minigames. I mean, I'm not saying they're not wrong, but I mean, there's at least one minigame I'm not a big fan of. The fucking Goblin, the Cactuar one. Although it's probably not as bad as I'm making out to be. I'm just that terrible at it. I'm sure, like, you know, the whole party aspect here would be nice, you know, to, you know, travel or have, you know, be able to play as other people. But I totally get why that can't be. It's just how it's set up. And again, I totally get it. Whatever happens in 17, I'll be happy because I can't wait for Final Fantasy 17. I know who knows how long that's coming out. Maybe not until like 2030 at the least. But you never know. I mean, God, when did 15 come out? Like 2015, 2016, I think. But yeah, it's been a while. Maybe even later than that. Maybe 2014. It did not come. It came out when I was in college, I believe. Either way. Or actually, no, I was out of college by 2014 I graduated. No, 2015 I graduated. Either way, I think this game's great. I enjoy playing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching me play through this again for the DLC here. So, thank you all so much for watching these videos. I'm probably going to split these into at least 2 parts for sure. I could actually split into 3, maybe. Nah, I think I could. I think I can work it out into 2 parts here and make it work out in a way that seems right. But yeah. Guys, thank you all so much for watching these videos. Guys, if you like the videos, please give the like button a click and comment down below, check about the videos, didn't like about the videos, and let me know, guys, what did you think of Ultima's power that we got here? What did you guys think about that? I thought it was pretty fucking cool, so yeah, it's awesome that you get that. And I should say this too, so everyone knows. No, the ending is not affected by this at all. The ending is still the same of this game, and I think I definitely see it. It's like on one hand, it's like, oh, well, people are going to complain. Well, then what's the whole fucking point? Blah blah blah. But then on the other hand, it's like, oh, so you mean we didn't get the true ending by the base game? I mean, Yoshi P said this straight up. He's like, we do not plan to do a DLC, but if there's interest, sure, we'll do DLC. I don't think they'll do any more DLC outside this. I mean, if they do, I'll cover it, but we'll see. I don't know what else they can really do, and I don't think they plan on it. I think Yoshi P straight up said, like, no, we're done. Like, the team is dissolved. Not dissolved, but like the team is now going on to doing other things, you know, Dawn Trial, other Square Enix games, you know, and that's great. That's what they deserve to do. I don't want them to be all focused on this. And, you know, Yoshi P, I think, says, like, yeah. And I hate that, like, he takes some of the criticism to heart. I feel like they're straight up a vocal minority with how people disliked 16 here. I'm not saying it's a bad game, and I'm not saying most of the criticism are not warranted. I feel like there are some warrants. It was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense of the critics for some of that stuff, but I still feel like it's a great game overall. You know, I know a lot of people say it's like, oh, it's the Game of Thrones, it's Final Fantasy Game of Thrones. Like, in a way, but like, not really. It's much more in depth. It's deeper than that and everything, but it's still a great game, great experience, and I still enjoy it. So yeah, let me know how you guys felt about everything. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to my main channel too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, the RBG King Kid Twitter, are in there too. So what is next, guys? I do have an idea of a new Let's Play that I'm going to do. I think it should be short enough, quote unquote. And even then, if it's not too short, it'll probably still be... It won't take too much longer after... when Paper Mario 1000 Year Door comes out later in May here, and then June's gonna be super fucking crazy, and that's just because of Dawn Trial, Elden Ring. I think there's another game coming out. I have to double check it, but yeah, it's gonna be crazy. June's gonna be a crazy month. I mean, it's been a crazy year. If I'm being completely honest. We had Stellar Blade that just came out. I'm enjoying that game. A freaking Infinite Wealth, Persona 3 Reload, Rebirth, all these other games, Sandland, so many other games, and such that I'm another Crab's Treasure. Just so many games. Like, god damn it. And yeah, and like I said, we have Dawn Trial, and then we have Mephisto. Oh, not Mephisto. Refantasy coming out in October. I got the collector's edition for that. So, Rise of the Ronin's pretty fun too. Yeah, it's been a pretty good year for games here. So, but I do have an idea of what game will be next on this series here. So, all right, guys, thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll see you all next time.